warm welcome to all the
Yeah,
listeners of this special series called Intern Diaries. This is Keshini, a member of Guindy Times, an official campus magazine of CG, AC Tech, and SAP. I'm glad to be part of this Intern Diaries, an initiative of GT, to shed light on various aspects of internship. Today, I'll be interviewing Gowri Shankar, a final year undergraduate student of architecture who interned in Midori Architects. Welcome, Mr. Gowri Shankar.
yeah, welcome.
So, let us go ahead with the first question. Can you tell us about yourself and your interest?
Yeah, um, yeah. Hi, I'm Gowri Shankar, doing B.Arch in School of Architecture and Planning in Anna University, Guindy. Okay. Um, Initially, being an architect was my interest, but as the years passed by, it opened up new branches from architecture to choose from, which gave me a lots of option actually. So right now, I'm sticking upon to doing production design and space architecture. Those two are actually two different courses, but I don't know right now what to take. So there are actually a many of options right now.
That's great to hear. Now, when should one start applying for internship?
So it depends upon what type of firm and which firm you want to intern in. So there are many like types of firm: a local firm, small firm, and there is combined firm also, and there is MNC firms. For MNC, you have to start apply from 4 to 6 months before. For some firms, you may need apply before 2 to 3 months itself, and some may differ. Even you can apply 1 week before, but it's upon their wish only whether they are taking or not. Sometimes you can also look for their like Instagram ID and all to see whether they are like enrolling some interns or architect. They are asking for them. You can see for them in the website also, and that process is there. So my internship is actually about to start from 28th December. I applied at November only, November starting.
Mhm. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What was your approach in preparing a perfect portfolio and resume?
So the only thing you can get recognized is from a ton of portfolio. There are a lot of portfolio. They should recognize you, and you should stand out from one of them. Is something what you put in there that is memorable for them and unique, so that they remember you and they will select you. That the portfolio should truly describe about you, what you do, why you do, and how you do. I think I took a solid 2 months to prepare my portfolio. First, I gathered all my works from my archive, what I did from my first year, my second year, all that. But those are not like they are not digitized. But I really didn't change any of the design. I just took them and digitized them and made it to the portfolio. I just like put it them in an order. So I made the works very presentable with respect to the current situation now, how are the current future technology are. So I made sure I didn't redesign any of my previous work. The process of making my portfolio was really good and experience. It was a good experience. So I get to know my true potential at that time.
That's awesome. How did you acquire an internship in Midori Architects and what was the selection process like?
Um, so it was actually pretty easy for me, and it's a slightly informal only. Usually, I saw the email where I checked the email. I searched for the website, and I checked the email. There was a separate email for you to apply for internship and other jobs at that firm. So you should actually type a cover letter for that email. That's a usual thing you do. The cover letter should mention your date of joining, how much duration, 4 months or 6 months or 8 months, that is there. So some firms may accept you with 4 months. Some firms may accept only if they have 6 months. So that is there. And so I applied to the firm on November 11th, I guess. Next day morning, then within the next day morning, from the firm they called me. So I was literally sleeping when they were calling in the morning. So they called me, and I didn't literally know who was that. They were like, "We are calling from Midori Architects and all," and they had an informal interview in the phone itself. So they asked me a few questions, and they said at the end, they said that I was selected. I was okay for the position of the architectural intern. Then they said there will be a formal interview in the office. Like I have to go to the office for a formal interview and submit some documents, like those things and all. So that was happened. And after
That,
that only I came to know that who called me was actually the principal architect.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. So, can you tell us more about the projects you are working on and how was your experience as an intern?
So, yeah, most of the ongoing projects were luxury residential buildings only. They are like green, sustainable type of firm. So, I got to work on three of their project. There are actually four ongoing projects in their firm. So, three of them I worked on, in which two of them were on construction stage and one is on concept stage, the starting stage itself. So I got to learn two different stages of design for a project, both on-site and off-site works. The office were well organized with a compact, healthy to work environment. The staff and principal architect were really friendly, and whenever I ask them any doubts, they will always clear me without any hesitation, and it really helped me a lot in my internship. I got a good experience learning all aspects of design and concept of a project in doing a project.
So, what was the biggest difference you found by working as an intern and from your college experience? Was there any difficulty you faced?
No, no difficulty actually, because this is what we're actually going to do after we graduate. Most of them really are going to do this thing only, what they are doing in the internship, maybe more, or after they gradually like they after gradually grow. Okay, the internship really pushes you into practical and real world parameters where you are gonna finally end up. I would say they can extend the internship period how long as they can to get the best out of it. I'm saying from the college they can extend the process. The difficult task for me was the timing of the office. Actually, it's 9 to 7, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Most of the architects' offices are like that only, and they won't actually follow the timing. They will come early, or they'll come correctly at 9 a.m., but they won't go at 7 p.m. It takes long enough for them to work now. 10 whole hours with two breaks, that's all. And besides the transport, it's due to where I reside also. I come from a long distance. I'm coming from Tambaram. The office is Alvarpet. So the difference itself will take up to 1.5 to 2 hours. I use my own transport only. So, and due to COVID, I couldn't get many site work, which which will be more exciting, but I didn't get any. Just got very few. That too, I asked them because I needed some site work. If we ask also, they will arrange it for you.
That's awesome. So, would you say this internship benefited your interest and your career goals?
Yeah, I would say yes. It actually benefited me only because I got to learn almost all the process of design stage, mainly softwares and techniques that would always be useful for my career. I am not going to truly become the architect which I interned, but this was really helpful.
So, moving on to the next question, what are the three important things you learned from your time as an intern?
Three main things actually, I would say: time management, organize your workflow before you start to work, gathering all your goals for the day. Learn to take care of yourself because you are on your own when you're doing internship. For me, it was okay. I was coming from home to the office. Most of them, they stayed um, different places and they worked in PG and all. So they didn't like, they have no option. It was really difficult for them to take care. So if you're going outside and staying outside your home, you should take care of yourself. No one's going to see for yourself in the office and all. You should take care of yourself. So that's the three major things.
Hope this answer benefited all the people who are going to intern in the future. So, the next question for you is, what are your plans for your future? Do you plan on pursuing a career based on what you associated yourself as an intern with?
I would say the answer is no. Actually, I'm not going to pursue the same thing I interned, but that's what I initially planned on when I'm joining architecture. But as I said, after it gradually increases, I wanted to go on a branch of architecture. So my career will be little different from what I interned, but the learning process will be really useful for my further studies. I want to study further in architecture, explore more, what become what I really decide to become.
The last question to you is, what is your opinion about the series Intern Diaries by Guindy Times?
Yeah, I already saw many of those intern diaries before in the magazines and all. It was a good experience sharing lots of stories by the individuals, which are exciting and interesting to see, and will be useful for the juniors for the future internship, the previous years to go to the future internship. And it tells about the quality of the courses and the student of which firm they are working on. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Gowri Shankar. So, this is a wrap on Intern Diaries by Guindy Times. Hope you all enjoyed and benefited from this series. Thank you.